A warm welcome to today's video explaining Lucid Chart and why I love Lucid software. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how I use it as a private tutor, and then I'm going to talk about why I continue to use it and why I love it so much. So the first thing, like I'm doing now, is presenting slides. So I really like Lucid for really simply being able to create really good looking, effective slides, presenting information, lesson plans, images, all this sort of thing. And I'm going to go through some examples slightly later in the video. I really like Lucid as well because I can quickly upload essays on the document. I can highlight them. I can add the sticky notes to quickly submit feedback. This is good because marking takes a long time, as you probably know. And so I can just do this nice and quickly and simply. I can use interactive diagrams. This is better with younger students. I can make the lessons nice and interactive. And then, as you can see here, I teach a humanities subject. I teach philosophy. And philosophy, lots of information needs to be conveyed. And so in like STEM subjects, sometimes my maps and charts can just be 1 or 2 word sections. Here, I actually need to convey quite a lot of information. And so the sort of flow charts or mind maps can be detailed. I can do that with Lucid nice and easily. Now, the reason I love Lucid Chart in my role is a few reasons. The first one is that Lucid is very intuitive. Now, it's nice and simple for me, which is good when I'm making everything. It wasn't very difficult to learn. But more importantly, for my students, when we're spending time, we don't have very long. There's a lot we need to cover. There's always a lot we need to cover. I know you know that. And so I want to spend as little time as possible teaching students how to use the software as possible. I can just explain in a few minutes on the first call, set and forget. They know how to use it. We both know how to use it. We're on the same page. It's perfect. Okay, it's very intuitive. Now, the biggest pro, the best thing about Lucid Chart, in my opinion, especially for presentation building, is not the new features. It's not all the quirky new bits, the integrations. It's not any of that. Although that's cool, the best thing about Lucid by far for me is its completeness. I can do everything that I need inside of one document, inside of one software. I can build my slides, I can mark my essays, I can do the diagrams and the mind maps. We can add feedback. Everything is in one place, and that's invaluable. So the best thing about Lucid is that everything's in one place. Before Lucid, I was using a variety of softwares. I was using something to present information, one for slides. I was marking essays in different software. I was organising my own work schedule, and everything was all over the place. And the best thing with Lucid is that it streamlines everything into one place. I can finish presenting information, I can zoom out, I can slide around, straight into feedback for an essay, for example. That's perfect. And linking to this point, Lucid can now be integrated with Google Meet, which is what I use for my sessions. I tutor online, remotely. And so straight from the Google Meet, I can link it to the Lucid. I get my student to install the integration, and then we're golden. And so not only do I have everything in one place, I have everything in one place in the meeting software. And so that's perfect. That's simple, streamlined, effective, reliable. It's everything. It's perfect. Okay. So that's why I love Lucid. And I'll finish just with an example of this. So I'm not going to cut any of this out. I'm going to show you how long it really takes. Here are my slides. These are pretty simple. I'm not going to pretend to you and make really beautiful slides. This is what I'm actually going to use. I've got some teaching points here. I've got the lesson plan. I've got the date and some basic information. Some nice images as well. But the great thing is I can be on the call. I can present these slides. I zoom out. I go down. We've got a mark scheme here. We've got some feedback around here. That's everything I need. Okay. Again, no hiding the transition there. You saw how long it took. How simple was that? That's Lucid. That's why I love Lucid. Thank you for watching.